Hello, Adonim Shel HaMishnah, Masters of Mishnah. I'm about to sing and explain Mishna Brachot, Aleph Bet, Chapter 1, Mishnah 2. In this Mishnah, we learn about the argument over when is the proper time to say Shema in the morning. Whereas in the last Mishnah, it was an argument about when do you say Shema in the evening. For the Mitzvah of Shema, there is a halakha to say Shema once in the morning and also once in the evening. So again, the halakha is a person has to say Shema in the morning and also once in the evening. But there's also a minhag, a custom, to be saying Shema when you are about to go to sleep. Usually you say it while you're in bed. Now, the origin, another new concept in this Mishnah, and a term you will see mentioned, is Tekhelet. Tekhelet is the blue dye that was originally used on tzitzit. Now, Tekhelet was made out of snail. So you would crush the snail, and then you would expose it to the sun, and only after the crushed up snail is exposed to the sun does it turn blue. So after you crush up the snail, then you expose it to the sun and you dye the wool with the blue dye, and then you put it on the tzitzit. Now, the reason why Tekhelet was used for tzitzit is, in the ancient world, Tekhelet was seen as a sign of royalty. And when a Jew wore a tallis, and they put on their tzitzit, Tekhelet, they are saying that they feel like a king, that they have the honor to do all of the mitzvahs of the Torah. Now you may ask, if there's a mitzvah in the Torah, you have to put Tekhelet on the middle string of the tzitzit. What is the reason why many people don't have Tekhelet on their tzitzit now? And the answer is that the Jews were forced to leave the land of Israel. And after they were forced to leave the land of Israel, there were many wars. And because of the many wars, and the Jews being moved from place to place and having to leave Israel, the Jews forgot how to make Tekhelet. Now, there are some archaeologists and historians who say that we now know how to make Tekhelet, and that's why you will see there are some people who wear Tekhelet on their tzitzit, but not everyone does wear Tekhelet, because there are those who think that we don't know how to really make Tekhelet. Yes.
Hi,
Hello.
sorry.
Wait a minute, Natalie! Lo, there is no wrestling in Mishnah class. And Eliana, you are the worst of them all. There is no ballet dancing here. And Ben and Guy, thank you very much for being model students. If only I had more students like you, then this would be a better school, a better place, and a better world. Everyone, I want you to follow in their example. Whenever you are not sure what to do, look at Ben or Guy, and that's what I say is the right way. In our Mishnah, the origin of the argument is over the meaning of the word Muku Mekha. This word appears in the Torah, and it also appears in the first paragraph of the Shema. So I will show you where it appears in the first paragraph. Right here. So now in the Mishnah of Mishna Brachot Aleph Aleph, the argument was over what's the meaning of the word uveshoch becha. Now in our Mishnah of Brachot Aleph Bet, the argument is over what is the meaning of the word Muku Mekha. And there are two options. Now the argument in the Mishnah happens because it's a question of when the Torah says Muku Mekha and when you wake up, is that talking about when the average person wakes up, or is it talking about when anyone is waking up? If it is when the average person wakes up, it must be an early hour, because the average person had to wake up early. But if it is when anyone is still waking up, then it could even be a late hour when those people who are rich are able to wake up. Alright, so now I'm about to sing in Explain Mishna Brachot Aleph Bet. Me'ematai korin et shma b'shacharit mishiakir bein Tekhelet lelavan Rabbi Eliezer Omer bein Tekhelet lecharti begomra ad hanetzach chama Rabbi Yoshua Omer ad shalosh sha'ot sheken derech b'nei malachim la'amod b'shalosh sha'ot ha'kore mikan be'elech lo hifsid ke'adam ha'kore ba'torah. First, our Mishnah has a question. Me'ematai korin et Shema be'shacharit. When are we able to say Shema in the morning for it to count as a mitzvah? And the first opinion in the Mishnah, which is the stam of the Mishnah, says when you can recognize between bein, Tekhelet, blue, and white. Meaning that the stam of the Mishnah says that you can say Shema when there's enough light outside that you are able to distinguish between that which is blue, Tekhelet, and that which is white, Lavan. Next, our second opinion in the Mishnah is Rabbi Eliezer. He says, Bein Tekhelet lecharti, between blue and also teal. He says that you're able to say Shema once you're able to see blue and teal, meaning when there's enough light in the sky where you're able to see blue and also teal. And this has to be a later hour than blue and also white, because blue and teal are more similar than blue and white. So you need more light out in order to see what is blue and what is charti, what is teal. Now, according to these first two opinions in the Mishnah, the stam of the Mishnah, who is in the first two lines in the Mishnah, and Rabbi Eliezer, Muku Mekha, obviously means when the average person wakes up. That is why they are saying early hours, because the average person had to wake up early in order to work. Next, in the Mishnah, it says, and you finish saying Shema ad hanetz hachama, until sunrise. So this is either the opinion of the stam of the Mishnah, or this fourth line in the Mishnah is the opinion of Rabbi Eliezer. So the first opinion about the last time for saying Shema holds that you have to do it by Henetz Hachama, because that's when the average person is still waking up. It wasn't usual in the ancient world for a person to wake up later than Henetz Hachama, sunrise, for two reasons. The average person had to work, and also oil and the candles was expensive. So you wouldn't have been waking up super early, because then you would have to pay a lot to burn oil or to use a candle. Next, we have the third opinion in the Mishnah, which is Rabbi Yehoshua. He says, Ad shalosh sha'ot, until the third hour, sheken, because yes, it's the way of the sons of the kings, la'amod v'shalosh sha'ot, to wake up in the third hour. So Rabbi Yehoshua obviously understands Muku Mekha means, and when anyone is still waking up, because the rich people are often waking up even until the third hour, meaning even 3 hours after dawn. The reason why they often wake up later than everyone else is because they don't have to work. Now, in the last line in the Mishnah, it says, Hakore mikan ve'elach lo hifsid kadam hakore ba'Torah. It says, a person who reads from here onwards, meaning after the third hour and later on, he doesn't lose, meaning he doesn't lose on the chance of doing some sort of a mitzvah. He is like a person reading in the Torah, meaning if you read after the third hour, it will not count as the prayer of saying Shema in the morning, but you are lo hifsid. You do not lose, because you are still getting a chance to do a mitzvah of learning Torah. So again, if you read after the third hour, it doesn't count as a mitzvah of prayer, it counts as a mitzvah of learning Torah. So again, there are 3 opinions about when is the first time you may say Shema in the morning for it to count as the prayer of Shema. The first opinion, the stam of the Mishnah, says that the first time I can say it is Bein Tekhelet le Lavan, when I'm able to see blue and white, when there's enough light that I can distinguish between blue and white. So that's opinion 1. Now, the second opinion, which is the opinion of Rabbi Eliezer, says that when I can first say Shema in the morning is Bein Tekhelet lecharti, when I can tell the difference between blue and teal. Now this is a later hour than blue and white, because blue and teal are more similar than white and blue. So you need more light. It has to be later in the day so you can distinguish between Tekhelet lecharti, blue and teal. And the third opinion in the Mishnah says that you have until shalosh sha'ot, until the third hour. And this is because those people who are rich may wait 3 hours after Henetz Hachama to wake up. But if it's after shalosh sha'ot, then it only counts as the mitzvah of learning Torah. It does not count as the prayer of Shema. It only counts as the prayer of Shema until the third hour. And if you say Shema after the third hour, it just counts as though you are reading in a Torah and you're doing the mitzvah of learning Torah, and you're not doing the mitzvah of saying Shema in the morning.